you shower and hope that's enough to prevent BO all day. Instead of crossing my fingers, I now use Mando whole body deodorant. Showering removes odor, but because of the high pH in soap, your body odor is going to come back with a vengeance. By lowering your skin's pH, Mando helps to keep your body smelling fresh for longer. Mando is clinically proven to help control odor for up to 72 hours. So start using Mando whole body deodorant anywhere for long-lasting odor control. Here's the deal. All new customers get $5 off Mando's best-selling starter pack. Just use the code Chael at shopmando.com. I personally love how many options Mando offers. Mando is available in solid sticks, invisible cream, body wash, cleaning bars, and deodorant wipes for use on the go. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, and free shipping. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code Chael at shopmando.com. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Or just click on the link below. Gable Steveson is in the news. You know, I came to you guys at least a year ago. And wait, time flies. Man, it could have been closer to 2. And I was upset. The story that came out by Dave Meltzer, who's genuinely very solid in these areas, and WWE NXT brand had released Gable Steveson. And I was very irritated by that. I was saying, hey man, these guys got it wrong. And this isn't just your opinion. This is a public company of which I'm a shareholder. No matter how small my opinion, I get an opinion, and that is a big mistake. I remember being upset. And I was also upset that I felt like they had done him wrong. Now, there's no assurances in that business, and we understand that, just like ours. 1099. You're gonna eat on what you kill. We understand that. But when you take a 20-year-old that had as many options as Gable had, and you get a commitment from him, whether it's explicit in legal terms or not, you now are committed back to him. And this is the piece that I made about a year ago, based on an article that Meltzer had. I had to run it all back. None of it was so. Gable Steveson was doing amateur wrestling as well. And Gable Steveson had pulled out of something, or something had changed on his competitive calendar with an amateur wrestling. When that article came out, Meltzer read it and he missed it. He missed, oh wait, this is amateurs, not the NXT, and he's still active and busy. Now, and before we digress how accurate I got on that, I only tell you that because the same article by the same guy, Dave Meltzer, came out 5 days ago. And I haven't spoke to you guys about it, but I haven't spoke to you about it for this very reason. I can make sure I'm right. I'll make sure this time it's right. And to explain to you how awful this is from my perspective, I must admit for you, I know nothing. I have not talked to Gable. I have not talked to somebody within TKO organization. But on the outside looking in, which is we have a young man who sacrificed and foregoed NCAA tournament, of which he was a massive favorite, World Championships, of which he was just a hands-down favorite, Olympic Games, which just to be a team member for a second time, just so rare. Set you up to be a third time, should you want to do that, of which he'll only be 28 and the games are coming here to LA. But he also would have been the Olympic champion, or at least heavily favored to be. These are massive things to forego an opportunity. I can't think of anything that I could take from you more than that. I don't think I'd come take the keys to your car. I don't think I could come and take the money out of your bank account. I think if I took an opportunity for your best moment, whatever your best moment was quite possibly going to be, I came in and I took that from you. Whether I got you to sign a contract and I paid you some money or not, I can't think of anything greater that you could sacrifice to me, whoever I am, whatever I am, person or an entity, business. And you will never understand the value of the word eligibility until it's gone. So, Gable Steveson ran out his NCAA clock. Please don't correct me in the comments. I get that there's an argument there. But I ran out the clock. And that clock ended in March. The end of March, as a matter of fact. And then you have an opportunity 3 weeks later to make a United States Olympic team, which Gable could have just showed up to the trials with the process and what it takes to be in that final wrestle off. He could have done nothing, never even put on a singlet, never registered a tournament. He could have got into that one. Would have been heavily favored to win. And again, I want you to hear the timeline, though. The whole point of my diatribe is the timeline. NCAA eligibility ends in March. I think it's March 22nd. Olympic trials end April 23rd. Within a day here, he gets his release 5 days ago. So if they would have released him 11 days prior, he could have gone to the Olympic trials, of which he'd have been a massive favorite. He was qualified for and could have gone into the Olympic Games. That's not what he would have done, but he could have. And we're talking about an opportunity. Talking about an opportunity that was gone. In fact, those very Olympic trials, Gable did go to. He attended and supported as a fan, and they release him 11 days later. It's not as though the people at the WWE don't have anything better to do than to keep track of a guy that's never wrestled a match for him, schedule, and what his NCAA clock are. I fully understand this, but I am irritated by it. I'm heavily irritated by it. I also can't keep his hands, Gable, completely clean. I just can't. Who was negotiating on his behalf? Where was the favor getting called in for him? Why was that favor not called in? Did he explore every single option? Did he have somebody out there advocating and fighting for him? I won't know these things. But he now goes back onto the free market. He's claimed to have interest from NFL teams. He's claiming to be training at Kill Kiff with Robbie Lawler. So he's looking at MMA. And these are great things, and that's the way that you would play that. But the reality is when one door closes, doesn't matter what it is. When one door closes, the others are not as wide open as you once had it. If he was to march into the second floor of the UFC right now and introduce himself, they'd be excited. Wow, what a resume. You got released by Trips. Why? Why? They want an answer. Was it a physicality? Hard to imagine. Was it an attitude? I know Gable, he's a really, really pleasant guy. I mean, it's hard to imagine. I don't know what happened here. But I also don't know who was advocating for him. If I were his manager, he's not released from the WWE. The end. Period. Without even knowing the backstory. Skipping practices and pissing everybody off, which I'm sure he did not do. If he did, the worst case scenario, if I'm his manager, he is not released from the WWE. But there is a psychology there, and somebody's got to do it. In the business, it's called smarten you. Somebody has to smarten you. You must, no matter who you are, no matter if you can whip everybody's ass, it doesn't matter. You must humble yourself, and there must be somebody you look up to. Every man, I don't know if this is true with women. I think this might be gender-based, but every man has a man. All of them. Every man, every guy's got a guy that he looks up to. The guy that's looked up knows this dude looks up, which is why he takes the phone calls, why he helps him, it's why he mentors him. And it would appear that Gable didn't have those things. Now, you live and you learn. And I'm making some accusations here for me. I'm just a fan on the outside. But somewhere within that I'm right, or at least I'm very close. And it is a situation like anything else in life. If one door closes, you must learn from that. You must find out, was this a physical or a mental? You must find out. Was there bad business, bad attitude? I know a lot of people that have been released from Bellator, from the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and they don't find out why. You must. You must, no matter how annoying that might be, and no matter how many times you got to make that call, and they don't want to talk to you because you don't work here anymore anyway. You must find a way to get the answer as to what happened. And in some cases, it's not even the athlete. In some cases, it's the management. You throw your hands up and say, to hell with all of them. And all of a sudden, you're caught in some kind of political bureaucracy, but you got to find those things out. It's not going to be any different on this side of the tracks or on the NFL side of the tracks. I want to show some support to Gable. I want you guys to show some support. Some of you are wrestling fans, and some of you have been on the chat rooms and the forums, and you were dicks. You were complete jerks to him, and it wasn't fair. You know what? That's the business. Go ahead. But you did it, and you won. Now you got to stop. You have to. That's the deal. Just like if a guy does something wrong and he gets sent to jail. When he gets out of jail, you don't throw rocks at him. He is not. That debt is paid. So whatever pound of flesh that you decided to go after, for whatever jealousy or anger that you had of a 21-year-old going on in, stop. It's over. He's released. Now you got to come back. And you owe it to Gable to now show him support.